So, according to Tondar's spokesperson, the group that calls itself human rights activists in Iran is one of the main intelligence sources for terrorist groups. But does the group merely help coordinate attacks, or is it active itself as well?
ملزومات جنگ اینه که اولا محیطش این جنگ سایبر بوده، محیط واقعی نبوده، بستر چیز بوده، منتها در مواقع انتهایی میرسیده بحث چیز دیگه، یعنی نمود این می اومده تو بحث اغتشاشات، می اومده تو بحث جریان سازی، می اومده تو بحث جنگ روانی و حتی در اواخر که با اشراف اطلاعاتی مرکز مانع‌ازمون شدیم اینا اقدام مسلح شدن کرده بودن که خب به حمدالله و کمک خدا این توطئه‌شون ناکام.
On the group's website, Human Rights Activists in Iran has introduced its spokesperson, Mr. Ahmad Batebi, who, according to the Tondar spokesperson, is also the link for the transfer of intelligence to and from Iran. But who is Mr. Batebi? He was first introduced to the media in 1999. On the 17th of July, a picture of Batebi holding up a blood-spattered shirt became the cover page shot of The Economist.
وقتی که یک فردی بدون اینکه دانشجو باشه خودش رو نیوزویک یا سایر رسانه‌های امریکا عکس ایشون رو منتشر میکنن، با ایشون مصاحبه میکنن، گزارش میدن و این رو به عنوان دانشجو جا میزنن. نکته دوم این که ایشون به صورت غیرقانونی از کشور خارج شده، اونجا هم با برخی از در واقع گروهک‌های تروریستی از جمله منافقین و بعضی از گروه‌های تروریستی کردی در واقع در پاگاه‌های اینها رفت و آمد داشته.
Mr. Batebi has been accused of being affiliated with the MKO and visiting the group's Camp Ashraf in Iraq. But Batebi denies the charges.
I've been to Iraq, but throughout my stay there I was accommodated by the Democratic Party of Iranian Kurdistan. The reason I went there was security considerations from the minute I set foot on the country's soil to the time when I flew out of it. The party itself has public relations.
During George Bush's last year as US President, Mr. Batebi fled Iran to US bases in Iraq and was then taken to the United States. He met with the then President Bush and since then has been interviewed on the Voice of America news channel as a human rights activist on various occasions. A well-known image of Ahmad Batebi shows him holding an AK-47. The Iranian government says this picture was taken when Batebi was in training in the MKO garrison in Iraq.
Yeah, that's me in the picture. It's a picture from my album that I posted on my Facebook profile 8 months ago. It's still there. It was taken when I was staying with the Democratic Party of Iranian Kurdistan.
The fact that such groups are based in the US and Britain is nothing new. This man is Ali Jafarzadeh, who represents the Mujahideen Khalq organization or MKO. This group has claimed responsibility for numerous terrorist attacks inside Iran that have claimed the lives of at least 14,000 people. Even so, members like Ali Jafarzadeh are not considered notorious figures in the United States, moving freely in society, lobbying in the US Congress and on occasion, even meeting with high-ranking US officials.
اینها در چارچوب موضوعی به نام دموکراسی تلاش میکنن تا چهره‌ای بسیار محترمانه از خودشون نشون بدن، اما در پشت پرده این موضوع واقعیت نداره و چهره دیگری از اینها وجود داره. بنابراین من فکر میکنم که ما از این منظر باید نگاه کنیم که آیا اینها با منافقین ارتباط دارند یا ندارند. اسناد نشون میده که دارند. آیا منافقین یک گروه تروریستی هستند یا نیستند؟ خود ایالات متحده آمریکا میپذیرد که یک گروه تروریستی هستند. بنابراین آیا باید اینها در چارچوب در واقع این اقدام خودشون مهار بشند یا نه؟
US threats on Iran have a history of more than 31 years. As part of the breakdown of relations, both sides agreed not to interfere in the internal affairs of the other. But this agreement was soon violated, with the US throwing its support behind Saddam Hussein and his 8-year war on Iran. The US imposed sanctions on Tehran at regular intervals, constantly tightening the noose. These sanctions reached their peak during Bill Clinton's term as president, and then George Bush came into the White House and officially named Iran as part of the axis of evil. Bush threatened Iran with war, saying the Islamic Republic was the next on the US blacklist after Iraq and Afghanistan.
تهدیدهای مستمری که صورت میگیره بر ضد جمهوری اسلامی، من جمله تجاوزی که بعضی از اوقات هواپیماهای بدون سرنشین امریکا داره، تهدیدهایی که مقامات ارشد امریکایی بر ضد جمهوری اسلامی دارن، چه در زمان نئومحافظه‌کاران و دولت بوش و چه در زمان آقای اوباما که این موضوع از زبانهای مختلف که تازه ترین موردش آقای پتراوس مطرح کرده، اینها در حقیقت وجود داره.
Many American think tanks have cooperated with the Bush and Obama administrations to come up with ways to bring about regime change in Iran. However, at present, direct confrontation is not one of the tactics being used to topple Iran's government. The US and its allies are waging a soft war on Iran. With a simple search on the internet, one can find numerous articles and papers from various official think tanks suggesting ways to destabilize the Iranian government via a cyber and information war. One of these articles, recently published by the Washington Institute, is titled Information Activities Against Iran. A section of the article reads as follows. The use of words, actions and emotive images as part of a sustained campaign to shape the psychological environment in Iran is one of the greatest untapped sources of US leverage over the Islamic Republic.
قدرت نرم هزینه کمتری داره، به راحتی میتونه روی افکار عمومی تأثیر بگذاره. مهمترین ابزار برای استفاده از قدرت نرم در حقیقت بهره‌گیری از رسانه ها هست. بنابراین ما شاهد سرمایه‌گذاری کلان غربی ها به رهبری ایالات متحده روی رسانه ها، چه رسانه های فراملیتی مثل ماهواره ها و چه رسانه های مثل سایبر هستیم که 400 میلیون دلار ایالات متحده امریکا روی این زمینه سرمایه گذاری کرده، گرچه کنگره قبلا سالانه 75 میلیون دلار رو اختصاص به این موضوع داده بود.
The use of the media to project the stance of a government is part of what is called public diplomacy, which focuses on influencing the way people think in the target country. This power can be used negatively or positively depending on the goal.
Obviously, in order to promote yourself, you need the help of the media, because in today's world, if you own the media, you own people's minds, and it's being blocked. Internet is a good way, but again, the Western world has better access to the media. Iran can certainly compete there, so because Iran, technologically, the people in this country are amazingly intelligent. So as long as they can compete with the internet, they're way ahead. And they can certainly do that. I think they can do a better job with the internet.